Welcome to the Glitch Archives. On January 5th, 2012, an enigmatic message materialized on the X-Paranormal board of 4chan. It was stark, white text on a black background, a declaration that would ripple through the hidden corners of the internet. The message was simple yet profound. Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a hidden message in this image. This wasn't a typical internet troll's prank. Its deliberate phrasing and immediate challenge suggested something far more organized, far more clandestine. What began as an obscure post quickly evolved into one of the most persistent and unsettling mysteries of the digital age. Cicada 3301.
The initial post, quickly screen-capped and shared, sparked intense curiosity among the denizens of 4chan. Many dismissed it as a sophisticated hoax, but a dedicated few saw a genuine challenge. The claim of seeking highly intelligent individuals resonated with the darker, more intellectual corners of the web. It implied an organization, an objective, and a level of sophistication rarely seen in online puzzles. Who were we? What was this test? The very anonymity of the message lent it an unsettling authority. It suggested a hidden hand pulling strings, observing from the digital shadows, waiting for someone to prove worthy.
The first layer of the puzzle was embedded directly within the original image. Aspiring solvers quickly realized the text wasn't merely decorative. Using steganography tools, they uncovered a hidden message, a Caesar cipher. Decrypting the scrambled letters revealed a new instruction. Call us at 214-390-9608. This wasn't just a digital game anymore. It was reaching into the real world. The phone number, traced to Texas, played a recorded message featuring a cryptic voice. It was a further layer of the puzzle, hinting at prime numbers and requiring the decipherment of complex numerical sequences. The hunt had officially begun, pushing participants beyond simple online code breaking. Following the phone number's clues led participants to a series of hidden URLs. These websites contained more images, each embedded with further layers of steganographic data. One image in particular became infamous, a heavily pixelated duck. Within its digital structure, more encrypted messages lay concealed, pointing to obscure texts, ancient runes, and complex cryptographic challenges that demanded knowledge far beyond basic ciphers. This wasn't just about decryption. It was about cultural literacy, problem solving, and the ability to connect seemingly disparate pieces of information. The duck wasn't random. It was another gatekeeper, designed to filter out all but the most dedicated and brilliant.
As the first wave of puzzles was solved, the difficulty escalated exponentially. The clues pointed to literary works, philosophical concepts, and even musical compositions, each requiring deep analysis to extract the next fragment of the enigma. The hunt was a multidisciplinary marathon, weeding out those without a diverse array of skills. Then, the digital faded into the tangible. The online breadcrumbs began to lead solvers into the physical world, directing them to specific locations across the globe. The mystery of Cicada 3301 was no longer confined to the web. It was manifesting in public spaces, hinting at a global network far more extensive than anyone had initially imagined.
The physical clues were perhaps the most audacious element of Cicada 3301. Solvers, having navigated the digital labyrinth, were directed to specific real-world locations. These weren't random spots. They were public places in cities spanning continents: Poland, Spain, the United States, Australia. At each location, participants found distinct posters, often containing an image of a cicada and a QR code. These codes, when scanned, led to further cryptographic puzzles, image files, or sometimes new instructions. This global footprint suggested resources, coordination, and an operational scale that baffled even veteran cryptographers. It signaled that the architects of Cicada 3301 were not merely online enthusiasts, but an organization with a reach far beyond the Internet's confines.
The sheer logistical complexity of placing these clues worldwide was staggering. It begged the question, how many individuals were involved in this network? Was this the work of a few highly dedicated people, or a much larger, shadowy collective? Each physical discovery reignited the public fascination and intensified the online discussion as new participants joined the hunt, eager to contribute their skills. The public nature of the physical clues also added an extra layer of intrigue, as ordinary citizens might unwittingly walk past a crucial piece of the puzzle. The boundary between the digital mystery and the tangible world blurred, drawing everyone into its strange orbit. As the physical puzzles were solved, the path converged once again, leading the most successful participants to private online forums. It was within these hidden channels that the true purpose of Cicada 3301 seemed to reveal itself, or so it was thought. Information from these forums was scarce, guarded by the participants themselves, who had by then formed a tight-knit community. The nature of these internal discussions and what they truly entailed remained shrouded in secrecy. What was shared behind these digital walls? What revelations awaited those who had proven themselves intelligent enough to reach this inner sanctum? The public could only speculate.
Then, just as the global puzzle seemed to be reaching its zenith, silence descended. The winners, if they could be called that, vanished from public view. The online forums went dark. The trail of breadcrumbs, once so meticulously laid, simply stopped. This sudden cessation of activity left countless observers and aspiring solvers with more questions than answers. What happened to those who completed the test? Were they recruited? Did they find something they couldn't or wouldn't share? The abrupt end to the 2012 hunt was a critical turning point, transforming a game into a legend, a mystery into an unsettling void. But this wasn't the end. Cicada 3301 would return.
The silence of 2013 was broken by the unexpected re-emergence of Cicada 3301 in January 2014. A new series of puzzles began, following a similar yet even more complex pattern. This time, the clues led to a truly cryptic document, Liber Primus, Latin for the first book. This ancient-looking text, written in a unique runic script, contained philosophical musings, cryptographic challenges, and seemingly profound statements about free will, knowledge, and collective consciousness. It wasn't merely a puzzle. It was a manifesto, a statement of intent. But deciphering it proved to be an insurmountable task for most, with only fragments ever truly understood. What secrets did the Liber Primus hold? And what was its ultimate purpose? The Liber Primus, or First Book,
was an unprecedented development in the Cicada 3301 saga. It was not merely a puzzle, but a philosophical treatise, a spiritual guide, and a coded text all at once. Written in a unique runic alphabet, only a fraction of its over 80 pages has ever been deciphered. The decoded fragments spoke of enlightenment, consciousness, and a rejection of falsehoods, urging readers to seek truth and resist oppression. It referenced various literary and philosophical works, cementing the idea that Cicada 3301 was not just testing intelligence, but also aligning with a specific ideology. This document served as both a gate and a creed, demanding not just mental acuity, but also ideological resonance.
But the Liber Primus also sparked fierce debate and division among the online community. Its cryptic nature and the difficulty of deciphering it led some to abandon the hunt, while others became even more obsessed. The document mentioned the unhosted and the chosen, terms that hinted at an inner circle, a clandestine brotherhood or sisterhood. It reinforced the notion that Cicada 3301 was more than just a game. It was a recruitment drive for an organization with a specific worldview. But who was behind this complex global operation, and what was their ultimate goal? The theories began to multiply, each more unsettling than the last, attempting to fill the void of definitive answers.
One of the most enduring theories suggests that Cicada 3301 is a recruitment tool for a government intelligence agency, such as the NSA or CIA. Proponents of this theory point to the sophistication of the puzzles, which combine cryptography, steganography, computer science, philosophy, and classical literature, precisely the skill sets prized by intelligence organizations. The global distribution of physical clues also suggests resources and logistical capabilities far beyond those of a typical online group. The use of anonymous communication and the secretive nature of the winners aligns with the operational security expected of intelligence work. If true, Cicada 3301 would represent a revolutionary, covert method of talent acquisition in the digital age.
Another prominent theory posits that Cicada 3301 is a cult or secret society. The philosophical and spiritual undertones of the Liber Primus, with its calls for ideological alignment and references to a brotherhood, lend credence to this idea. The focus on individual intelligence as a prerequisite for membership, combined with the extreme secrecy surrounding the chosen few, mirrors the hierarchical structure often found in esoteric groups. Some suggest it could be a modern-day mystery school, seeking to cultivate a new generation of thinkers and leaders. If this is the case, the test is not just about solving puzzles, but about identifying individuals susceptible to a specific worldview, drawing them into a hidden fraternity.
The third major theory dismisses the more sinister interpretations, suggesting that Cicada 3301 is nothing more than an elaborate alternate reality game, or ARG, designed by a highly skilled individual or group. The argument here is that the creators simply enjoy testing the limits of online puzzles and community engagement. The Liber Primus, in this view, is a carefully crafted piece of fiction, intended to deepen the narrative and provoke thought, rather than to serve as a genuine manifesto. However, the consistent re-emergence, the global scale, and the sheer intellectual demand required by the puzzles make it unlike any known ARG. And if it is a game, what is the ultimate prize for those who play? And what is the true cost of their participation?
Regardless of whether it was a government agency, a secret society, or an elaborate game, Cicada 3301 succeeded in its primary stated goal, to find highly intelligent individuals. The puzzles were designed to be virtually unsolvable by average means, requiring specialized knowledge in obscure fields, relentless dedication, and the ability to collaborate on a global scale. This rigorous filtration process ensured that only a tiny fraction of participants ever advanced beyond the initial stages. What became of these chosen few remains perhaps the most guarded secret of all, leaving the rest of the world to ponder their fate, their purpose, and the implications of such an extraordinary recruitment drive.
The persistent lack of definitive answers has fueled the mystery surrounding Cicada 3301. No credible insider has ever come forward with concrete evidence revealing the organization's true identity or purpose. Those who claim to have won the puzzles have either remained silent or offered vague, unverifiable accounts. This unparalleled operational security suggests an entity with formidable capabilities in maintaining anonymity and controlling information. It raises questions about the power and influence of this unseen group, and what kind of work they might be engaged in that requires such a high level of secrecy and such uniquely qualified individuals.
The final major puzzle associated with Cicada 3301 emerged in January 2015, another iteration following the familiar pattern. However, this series of clues was perceived to be less robust and less widely distributed than its predecessors. Following 2015, the annual January appearance ceased. This silence, however, was different from the one after 2012. It felt more definitive. Was the mission accomplished? Did they find all the individuals they needed? Or did the organization behind Cicada 3301 simply evolve, moving into a deeper, more hidden operational phase, no longer requiring public recruitment? The abrupt cessation only deepened the legend.
Despite the lack of new puzzles, the legacy of Cicada 3301 endures. Its design set a new benchmark for online mysteries and recruitment challenges. It inspired countless imitators, but none achieved the same level of complexity, global reach, or unsettling mystique. The very existence of such a phenomenon forces us to confront questions about the nature of intelligence, the power of anonymous online collaboration, and the potential for clandestine organizations to operate just beneath the surface of our perceived reality. The shadow of Cicada 3301 looms large over the dark web, a permanent reminder of unanswered questions.
Cicada 3301 stands as an enigma, a testament to the Internet's capacity to both connect and conceal. Was it a covert intelligence operation harvesting the world's brightest minds? A neo-Gnostic cult seeking ideological adherence? Or merely the most elaborate, thought-provoking prank ever conceived? The truth remains elusive, locked away in the minds of its creators and those few highly intelligent individuals who successfully navigated its labyrinthine challenges. Whatever its true nature, Cicada 3301 serves as a chilling reminder that in the vast, interconnected expanse of the digital world, there are still profound mysteries that defy explanation, operating just out of sight, yet undeniably real.
The long shadow cast by Cicada 3301 extends beyond mere internet lore. It has profoundly influenced the fields of cryptography and digital forensics, presenting a real-world case study of advanced steganography and complex, multi-layered puzzles. Researchers and enthusiasts continue to dissect its methods, attempting to reverse engineer its logic and uncover deeper meanings in the Liber Primus. Its legacy lies not just in its mystery, but in its demonstration of how sophisticated, decentralized efforts can leverage the internet to achieve ambitious, clandestine goals, leaving an indelible mark on how we perceive digital security and intelligence gathering.
For many, Cicada 3301 became more than just a puzzle. It was an obsession. Participants dedicated thousands of hours collaborating across time zones and language barriers, driven by the tantalizing promise of uncovering a profound truth. The psychological impact on those who delve deep into the mystery is undeniable. Some emerged with new skills and perspectives, while others were left with a haunting sense of incompleteness, forever wondering what lay beyond the veil of secrecy. The hunt fostered a unique blend of community and competition, uniting brilliant minds in a collective quest for an unknown reward.
The implications of Cicada 3301 stretch into the broader discussion of online privacy and the dark web. If such an organization can recruit globally using only anonymous digital and physical clues, what does it mean for national security and the future of clandestine operations? It suggests a paradigm shift where talent can be identified and cultivated without traditional hierarchies or overt interactions. This phenomenon challenges established notions of state control over information and highlights the potential for non-state actors, or even rogue state elements, to operate with unprecedented levels of stealth and sophistication.
Despite years of speculation, the central questions remain: who created Cicada 3301, and what was their ultimate purpose? Was it truly a selfless quest for enlightenment, or a more sinister agenda cloaked in intellectual challenges? The absence of a definitive answer ensures its enduring mystique. It is a modern myth, a digital legend born from the internet's most cryptic corners, constantly debated and analyzed, yet never fully understood. Every theory, every fragment of decoded text only seems to add another layer to its impenetrable shell, reinforcing its status as the internet's most enduring and unsettling riddle.
The hunt for answers regarding Cicada 3301 continues in the quiet corners of the internet, driven by a dedicated few who refuse to let the mystery die. Forums still hum with discussion, new theories occasionally surface, and fragments of the Liber Primus are still being meticulously analyzed. It serves as a stark reminder that even in an age of pervasive information, true secrets can persist, guarded by those who value anonymity and intellectual prowess above all else. But the deeper question remains: what if the highly intelligent individuals they sought were not merely solving a puzzle, but being indoctrinated into something far greater, far more influential, and utterly unseen?
The persistent lack of definitive answers has allowed each of the competing theories, be it a shadowy intelligence agency, an esoteric cult, or a masterful ARG, to thrive. Without concrete proof, every piece of decoded text, every discovered physical clue, can be interpreted through multiple lenses. This ambiguity is perhaps the most powerful element of Cicada 3301. It forces each individual to grapple with their own perception of reality, challenging them to decide which narrative is the most plausible. In this digital fog of war, belief often outweighs evidence, making the mystery all the more compelling and unsettling.
Cicada 3301 has not only baffled the public, but has also left an undeniable mark on internet culture and the cybersecurity community. It demonstrated the extreme lengths to which an organization could go to ensure anonymity and recruit talent, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible in online operations. Experts in cryptography and digital forensics continue to study its methods, recognizing its sophistication as a benchmark for complex digital challenges. Its influence can be seen in subsequent online puzzles and recruitment drives, though none have ever matched the sheer scale or enigmatic allure of the original.
The fate of the highly intelligent individuals who successfully completed the Cicada 3301 test remains shrouded in absolute secrecy. Did they join a covert organization working on projects unknown to the wider world? Were they initiated into a philosophical movement committed to a new way of thinking? Or did they simply find themselves at the end of an elaborate game, their skills acknowledged, but with no further commitment? The silence from these winners is perhaps the most chilling aspect, suggesting either a profound loyalty, an unbreakable non-disclosure agreement, or an experience so transformative it defies public articulation.
The true genius of Cicada 3301 lies in its enduring mystery. By never fully revealing itself, it ensures its place as a permanent fixture in the annals of internet anomalies. It is a puzzle that continues to be solved and resolved by new generations of enthusiasts, each hoping to be the one to finally crack its unbreakable code. It serves as a stark reminder that even in our hyper-connected world, where information is abundant, there are still layers of reality that remain hidden, controlled by unseen hands, and accessible only to the truly persistent and intellectually elite.
Cicada 3301, a cryptic call to intelligence that spanned continents, blended the digital with the physical, and vanished as mysteriously as it appeared. It leaves us with a lingering, unsettling question. Are the most influential organizations of our time operating in the open, or are they recruiting their next generation of operatives through the anonymous, labyrinthine channels of the dark web? The truth, like a hidden message in a corrupted file, may still be out there, waiting for the right mind to decrypt it. For now, it remains one of the internet's greatest unsolved mysteries. We are the Glitch Archives. Subscribe to access the archive and unravel more digital enigmas.